Hey guys, it's Rachel from the Dusty Goat Homestead, and we wanted to show you guys our new brooder. So we built this out of untreated 2x4s, fence pickets, and I got a new brooder heating pad instead of the lamp.
So why did you go with that versus the heat lamp?
I just wanted to try something different because we've used the heat lamps for years, but of course everyone knows that those are a fire hazard. So I wanted to try something different. So far the heating pad has worked. Haven't had any issues. All the chickens get up underneath it and stay warm from the first day hatch to the older ones that I have. So
what handsome guy built this?
I said that you built it.
I just want to reiterate that. What handsome guy built this?
Hey guys, John built the brooder. I helped, but
you
he
gotta
built
put
it.
handsome in there.
So, basically, it's we've got some vent holes here. The whole roof is vented. He made an arm to hold up the lid if we want to keep the lid open, which we have been keeping it open because the room that they're in is not heated or cooled, so I don't want to close it down on them. But it does have that feature, so like when we're using it in the winter, we can close the lid and it'll hold the heat in. But it's pretty nice. I really like it. All we got to do is take a scooper to scoop these out here. All of this can be wiped down. The base of it can be wiped down and cleaned.
So what is sprayed on the base of it? Flex Seal.
Flex Seal is sprayed on the base of it, and that will help protect the wood, but you can also wipe on that, and it repels moisture and stuff like that.
So why are you standing on top of the rest of them? We've got Samanis, Silkies, and we just sold our last Spitzhaubens. So,
Yeah.
all right, what's next?
So we're going to take you outside and show you the greenhouse that John built himself.
All right, come on.
And show you all of our gardens.
So have we done any work out here at all?
We have done a ton of work out here.
We had bought this greenhouse off Amazon, and it is a Quictent. We did have a tornado. But before the tornado happened, the Quictent, I'm just gonna say, don't buy it. I had to, while I was putting it together, the small pot metal tack welded, barely welded frame poles just fell apart the first time I took it out of the box. The reason why I went with Quictent is because hopefully they're a little bit more sturdy. So upon first inspection, it doesn't look like it's heavy galvanized steel, and the welds look horrible. So, and then we had a tornado, and the tornado took out our shed that was over here, completely tore it down, and we're having to, it looks like a junkyard over there, but that's what we're having to do right now.
Till we can get another shed.
But we lost the shed, and then after I had fixed and redid the greenhouse, we lost the greenhouse again. But I rebuilt it myself. Go ahead and open it.
rebuilt it.
Nice.
Just stuff that we had around the house. Now we've made it work. So basically, he just took the vinyl from the other one and we redid a frame.
Yeah. So I basically just kind of hacky sack some PVC tubing. This is part of what's left over from the shed. I just basically remanufactured it and put pieces together and rebuilt this greenhouse myself. But yeah, don't ever buy a Quictent greenhouse. But I'm really excited about this. Where'd we go last night?
Yesterday we visited Flomaton Famous Homestead
With Randall and Michelle.
with Randall and Michelle White.
So while we were at Flomaton Famous with Randall and Michelle, Randall gave me a crash course on some grafting. And I came home with a shell apple that he told me originated in Brooder. So it's a local plant. And then Smith of Mississippi apple. So it's also, you know, in the South. So the greenhouse, it's been up for 2 days. It's working so far. It is piecemeal together, but it'll at least cover my seed starts and help protect them from some of this weather if the greenhouse will still stand. Because it's already blown off like once before because of the shoddy support poles and just a windstorm, and then the second time was an actual tornado that hit our backyard. So hopefully it'll stay grounded this time. But we have been busy. We've done a lot in the garden. There was a tree service company that was cutting some trees out front on the roadside, and I stopped and talked to them, and I asked them where they would dump the mulch, and they said they had to take it all the way to the dump, and I said that you could just put it in our yard, and they did. So we got a whole load of mulch for free. And with that mulch, we took and put it all throughout the garden. And then I started using just fence pickets to a cheap way to make sort of a raised bed. But we have to go get some more. As you can see, we ran out. A little bit about the garden. These are 2 different kinds of lima beans. We have 2 different kinds of cucumbers. Our tomatoes are starting to grow. We've got pole beans and cabbage and garlic. Over here we've got field peas. Over there are our potatoes. And we've got a bunch of onions and some sunflowers growing over there. We planted our corn here a few days ago, and that has mulch all the way through it. Our muscadines are growing really well. Potatoes were doing really well, but we started to get some bug problems.
So what you need to do with neem oil is you spray around the base. You spray all over the tops of the leaves and underneath the leaves, anywhere that insects can get to. And the neem oil is basically an all-natural insect deterrent. And you soak everything, and you do it once a week with the neem oil, and it should really help with insects and bugs and stuff that get into your flowers, your garden, and your vegetables and fruits and stuff like that.
We have some acorn squash and some zucchini. And then there's some corn over there. And we got some quail back. So we've got one male and about 4 female feral quail. We've got some green beans over there, and then some more pole beans, and then all our herbs over there. I planted peas. I don't know anything about them or when you're supposed to plant them, but they're not doing so well, so I'll probably reseed this for something else. And then I took and moved both the coops back out of the sun into the woods, and that big square spot over there, I'm going to plant it with something after another week or two to let that chicken manure in there cool off a little bit. But we have been super busy with work and kids' school and projects around here. The new chicken brooder. I know it's been a little while since we made a video, but I've got some stuff coming up where I'm doing a lot of educational research, which I have not formally been technically trained on all this kind of stuff. So I'm doing some research on a new series that I'm fixing to start up, and it's more going towards the way of being sustainable. Everybody says sustainable, but yet we have to buy our meat chickens every year because they don't breed, the Cornish cross. We buy our seeds every year because nobody knows how to propagate the seeds from your own plants. So we're looking at truly becoming a little bit more sustainable. Everybody uses that term loosely, but when you think about it, if the store's closed, you can't buy fertilizer, you can't buy seeds, you can't buy meat birds, then what are you going to do? Even though we're all out here doing this farming and homesteading stuff, if you don't have anything to utilize, fertilizer, the birds, the seeds, then what are we going to do from then? So I'm trying to become, when I say sustainable, quite sustainable. Now, not all our stuff is going to come from our own place, but at least we won't have to depend on anybody else for those items.
Okay,
all right guys, thank you for watching our short little video on our few updates. We've been super busy. There'll be more videos to come. Stay tuned.
Bye guys.